I'm Bob. I'm a service tech at Basnett, and I've been here for just about 3 years. I started in 2022, and since then I've learned so much. The company's offered a lot of training, and even working on another guy's truck, even if it is just to give him a hand for a job for an hour, you learn a lot that you wouldn't learn just being out on your own. That's measuring the amperage and voltage to the blower motor to make sure it's connected properly and to make sure it's not drawing too much power. I've come a long way. When I even think about where I was 6 months ago, I think I've come a long way since then. A few years ago, my brother-in-law was working HVAC at another company, and it sounded like a really good industry to get into, and I was pretty all set with working in a garage at that point, so I was ready for a change and put out some applications. I interviewed with Rob and Luke, and it seemed like a good fit. I spent 13 years working in a windowless garage, and so getting to be on the road as much as I am is awesome. It's great going to different houses every day, having a few different calls. It's nice to change things up. Yeah, we do a great job of hiring people here, and you know, I don't think you'd last too long if you weren't good at your job and had a good sense of humor about it. Working with Jay, he's probably one of the funniest guys I've ever worked with.
Bob, you want to brush my truck off?
No, I don't do that.
We should get our mittens on and we can run around and frolic freely.
Yeah, we could do some snow angels. And then everybody else is, you know, fantastically talented at what they do. So they're able to kind of bring a little bit of humor in because it's not so serious. They're so good that they can kind of joke around. Mike, the electrician, is probably one of the best tradesmen I've ever worked with. Phineas, Wayne's up there too. Taylor is one of the most knowledgeable guys I've ever met, and working with him for 20 minutes, you can learn stuff that you wouldn't have learned working by yourself for a year. It's cool that you're out on your own, but you're never actually alone. Working for Rob's definitely different than anywhere else I've ever worked because he is, you know, he's a technician. He knows what we do every day, and he can actually offer fantastic input for how to get a job done correctly or what he thinks the best way to do something is. And you know it comes from a lot of experience. He's really fair with training. He really makes sure that you know what you're doing or at least points you in the right direction. He does a good job of getting everybody involved in finding a solution to a unique problem.
A lot of your coworkers seem to think that you have a pretty good sense of humor. Do you think you're a funny guy?
I'm not intentionally funny. I think I'm low-key being made fun of a lot of the time.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not intentionally funny?
Mm-mm.
You're the rule of the world. Who would your top advisor be?
Probably my dog.
Your dog?
Yeah.
Nice. Why?
Well, she's got it together. She knows what's up.
Have you ever had a favorite stuffed animal or teddy bear?
No.
Macho?
I wasn't into it. I had my Batman action figures. That's it.
What do you want from Santa?
Just the socks. There's hundreds of pairs of socks, so I don't have to do laundry anymore.
If you could be a fly on the wall, go to any room or go to any place, where would you go?
I think I'd go backstage at Metallica.
Really? What's that?
I just want to see what their pre-show ritual is. I want to see James Hetfield's warm-up. Yeah, I just want to see them live their lives. Cool guys.
Rock on, bro.
Hell yeah.
So, Metallica, what's that all about?
Metallica's the best band of all time.
Really?
Yep.
Why do you think so?
James Hetfield's the best vocalist. Kirk Hammett's the best lead guitar. I love Metallica. I've driven all over the northeastern United States to see them. Metallica's my favorite thing.
Do you think you surprise a lot of people with that?
No, I think most people's favorite band is probably Metallica because they're the best band.
Oh. You're also dabbling in some writing?
Yeah, when I have the time, I'd like to write. You know, I have a few ideas for books out there, and had a couple novels I was working on, and I had a couple of short stories published a while ago.
Really?
Yeah.
What were those about?
They were horror stories, so they're a little rough to talk about. sort of a wannabe Stephen King, kind of. Yeah.
What do you hope the Bob legacy is?
My legacy?
Yeah.
I hope to have a couple books written, and I hope to live on a big piece of land with a bunch of dogs that could say goodbye to me, I guess.
What about in terms of your career here?
My career here, I hope to be the next Wayne, the the go-to guy for any problem issues that somebody else is having.